Hey everybody, this is Kohdok here, and we're back with some more Justice League action. Today, we have the Batman transforming Batcycle. So, one thing I gotta mention is, I'm showing this box off here, but that's because, it is amazingly small for everything you get in here, so don't be deceived by the box. You're actually, as you can see here, getting some pretty good stuff. So, let's get down to it. So, this Batcycle, it's actually, what it is it actually comes in pieces because it has a gimmick which I will talk about later, but of course it comes with our Batman here who can ride it. He's got a different armor from the Batman from the previous video, and of course he has the Batcycle and some other things, so let's get into it. And here is our new Batman here being compared to the Batman that I reviewed before, the Batman that is sold separately. It looks very, very similar to the other Batman. It also has the fabric cape, which like I said in this case is a very nice plus, especially if you wanted to flutter behind him on the motorcycle. I know a lot of Batman action figures tend to use molded capes, but the biggest difference, as you can see with this Batman, is rather than being in his normal costume, he is instead covered in a sort of armor. And for somebody who's going out on a motorcycle, that's usually a good idea. You can usually tell who's fallen off of a motorcycle before and that they're wearing nice armor like this. He has, of course, the large chest plate here. He has some shoulder pauldrons. He has different grips for his whatever those things on his gauntlets are supposed to be, and for some reason he has more of those gauntlet things on his legs. So he also has some heavy boots in order to successfully ride on his motorcycle. He has all of the same articulation as this Batman, although he doesn't have a helmet. I hope that cowl doubles as a helmet, or else Batman is being a pretty bad driver. So he has a lot of silver on him. He seems to be silver and black rather than black and very, very dark gray. He has a silver symbol here. He has a silver utility belt, which pops a little bit better than the gunmetal one here. I still kind of wish they went with the classic gold, but overall this is a pretty good Batman figure. He should still work with the Batmobile, all of the other accessories. That extra armor is a really nice touch. And here we have the Batcycle. The size of the Batcycle is actually pretty impressive considering the size of the box that it comes in. It is pretty standard. It has wheels that roll fairly freely. You can actually stay up with some good stability, although the way Batman rides on it, he sometimes drags his feet, but you could easily push and roll this along the same way you could with the Batmobile. It has some handlebars. It's actually made of a bunch of detachable parts for reasons I will explain later, but I'm actually really interested in how they did these wheels. They actually have like a really loose bearing design, despite the fact that you actually jam it into a couple of pegs. That little bit of engineering is actually really impressive. Of course, also the top of the Bat motorcycle. Now, this is kind of what I was saying I'd like to have seen with the Batmobile. It's got a nice big bat face on the front of it, and it actually comes off and can be held by Batman over here as a sort of shield. So I guess Batman is telling Captain America to eat his heart out. Well, if it would stay on properly, let me see. Yeah, there we go. I guess Batman is telling Captain America to eat his heart out. And the same applies for this gun here that's attached to the front. It has a lot of hard points similar to the Batmobile, so you can attach some stuff onto it. Gets quite a bit of lean when it doesn't, but it's kind of weird. I don't really think of Batman as a guy who would need a gun, so I cannot say I am entirely sure why they give him one in this. Maybe it's like a super fancy grappling gun. I mean, I'm seeing like on the gun here, I'll get a close-up in here, that there's lots of like details and stuff, lots of sciences and stuff. So yeah, Batman gets a gun and a shield in this set. It's a bit strange, but at the same time, they can be wielded by anybody else in the action line, or anybody with appropriate hands that are open and stuff like that. But I guess we should get down to business and actually put Batman on the motorcycle. So let's return the shield here. Let's take his gun. And Batman mounts onto the motorcycle fairly easily. You just switch him up a little bit like that until he sits down, and he can grab onto the handlebars, just like with the steering wheel from the Batmobile. They kept all of those design factors in mind, and there we go. We have Batman on his motorcycle, and we can remount the gun here, hopefully. So yeah, Batman on the motorcycle, he actually, you can actually kind of let his feet drag in order to keep it stable, but at the same time, if you bend his legs back a little bit more, you can loosen it up and allow him to just try to use the balance of the motorcycle in a fruitless effort to stay stable. But yeah, it works pretty well. So as far as a motorcycle goes, this is definitely a really nice thing. It is way larger than the box would imply. It does a lot, but we haven't even gotten started on this yet, because this motorcycle is also a transformer. And here we have our Batbot. Yeah, this set is 2 action figures in one. The motorcycle will actually change into the Super Bat Robot. Now, the Bat Robot compared to Batman has some very limited articulation. It only swivels at the thighs and swivels at the knees and swivels at the shoulder, but considering that it's basically a bonus action figure, what's the big deal with that? So it still has, it's got a nice big mask on here, and as a special bonus, it actually has a little glove compartment. Oh, I love it. This little bat armor here has like a molded 6-pack, and as a bonus, we got Ray Palmer the Atom, who is hiding out inside of the Bat Robot, I guess, to help Batman out with something that involves him being crammed into Batman's glove box. Oh, well, it wouldn't be the first time that Bruce has given poor Ray the shaft, but the little Ray Palmer figure you get here, I'll do a close-up of him in a sec. He is, I think, called a Mighty Micro, but I guess in this case they're taking advantage of the fact that he is essentially to scale in order to include him in the set. So yeah, that is a look at the Batbot Changer! And it's the Batman motorcycle robot pure awesomeness set that comes in a box that you would never believe actually contained all of this stuff. So as far as toys go, this one is actually pretty cool. I would definitely be happy to have gotten it when I was younger. And well, that's all the Justice League action stuff that Mattel has sent me. I'll get back in touch with them, see if they can send me some other cool stuff, maybe like some DC superhero girls or something. I'm basically on the short list for those Pokemon that they're coming out with later in the autumn. And until next time, please be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to make sure you don't miss a single video, and this is Kohdok signing off. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, did I try attaching all of these robot pieces onto the Batmobile? Is water wet?
Better watch out, Joker. My Batmobile can now punch things.
I only work in black, and sometimes very, very dark gray.